We'd have to do a water tap into the public system, and that's where we're doing it on Ft.Lincoln Drive. But if you wouldn't mind showing me that, I'd like to look at it. Yes, ma'am.
Crosswalk in the center of those houses. Are you going to leave that crosswalk there, or will that be closed off?
So what we're proposing is a crosswalk. We're not looking to close anything, but there's a crosswalk right in here, and we're looking to try to connect to that crosswalk.
So where?
It's the stairs on across the street.
Well, this is the street.
Yeah, and then there's a stairs.
We're only proposing one crosswalk.
So we're not taking anything away.
But we're not taking anything away. We're proposing one new crosswalk.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I just want to say that, what do y'all plan to get back to the community? I know developers come in here and they build homes and they sell homes. And they don't need nothing in the community. They don't like a community center or club room. Where the community, can control it and have activities and meetings. And then the children don't have any recreation.
So in terms of the recreation, I can tell you that the wonderful thing about Ft.Lincoln, and we hear it every day from our home buyers, is that there's fabulous recreation here. I mean, if you compare it to other communities in the district, very few communities that you can go to that have a community center, that have a public pool, that have tennis courts, that have picnic areas, that have ball fields. I mean, this, for an infill city site, Ft.Lincoln has probably the most amazing recreation facilities in the city. I mean, it's really...
No, the school is closed. I mean, it don't have a gym.
I'm not talking about the school. I'm just talking about the outdoor civic, the outdoor recreation areas are fabulous.
But I'm asking, but I know some development, because I talk to people, and they say they have a community room, they call it a club room, where they can go and have meetings,
Well, that's what this is.
activities. I mean, it's community.
So
continue.
I'll give you an example. Like when you see a rental community and say like an apartment facility of 250 or 300 units for rental, you normally see a clubhouse and see other amenities within that. When you see fee simple townhomes, you don't normally see that because that's it's just not well from a scale standpoint. The size of the development would have to be somewhere in the range before. The only time I've ever built a clubhouse was when I think we were doing 1,000 homes. So that's not what, from a scale standpoint, when you're building 42 townhomes, you generally, you're not building a clubhouse for 42 homes. It's just not.
Here already, though. There's 1,000 here already, count everything around here.
Yes, ma'am. But I guess what I would say is I think Ft.Lincoln has some of the greatest recreation space that you could find in the city. I really do.
No, but we don't have no community room. We don't have nowhere to have a meeting, on the premise.
That's not our issue.
No, I'm just saying, some developments do have that.
You just don't see it on the scale for this size, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you had another question? I apologize. Did you have another question?
Yeah, what do y'all plan to give back to the community?
In this specific project, we're doing the inclusionary zoning. We're not doing anything else specifically with this project, that is a community benefit.
Well, can I request something?
Yeah, go ahead.
What about giving us a cannon that was taken away?
Giving us what?
A cannon to put down the heroes plan.
Oh, the cannon that was replaced at the corner of Bladensburg and South Dakota. There's a monument that's empty because our cannon that represents Ft.Lincoln's history was stolen.
Yeah, this is
I can't speak to that. I mean, the only thing I can speak to is really what we're doing on the Banneker piece. What's happening on other pieces, I don't have the authority to speak on that. So I can talk about Banneker.
I don't either. I understand historically there's a cannon there and it was lost years ago. I don't know anything about it though, so I really don't know what happened.
You're supposed to say your company.
So the development entity is Ft.Lincoln Banneker Townhomes LLC. The managing member of that LLC is Ft.Lincoln Newtown Corporation.
That's owned by Newtown Lincoln.
Ft.Lincoln Newtown Corporation
And
is the
then she
manager.
hires individuals.
Okay, so you were hired by.
Yes, ma'am. I work for Michelle in terms of the development of the property. Yes,
But he
ma'am.
didn't do any of the older structures like Summit Village or Hillside or whatnot.
You said no.
He did not, his
No,
company
neither-
is
neither
not
of
a
us
part
were
of.
around.
Neither of us.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was done in the 70s and
Yeah.
90s.
You just hired to do these 42 units?
No, ma'am. I was brought on. We did the premium distributor development. We did the Dakota Crossing project with Michelle. I'm doing the Villages project with Michelle, and now this.
But, I mean, Will is effectively part of us because Will is Michelle's partner on most of the projects.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
but I've only been here, I guess, since 2004, and you know, some of the development goes back to the 80s, and I was not around for that.
I think that's about the same time, about 2004. Yes, ma'am.
So how do you select a developer to develop 42?
What's that?
Who was going to develop?
And we are the
We
developer.
are the developer.
Construct the 42. Who's the builder?
The builder we haven't selected
You
yet.
haven't selected.
We have not. I mean, we have not selected. We do all the land development ourselves. We control that process. We haven't selected the builder. Whatever builder we choose, we'll have to build to the facades and to the site as we have submitted. But we'll make that selection probably by the end of the year. We have other steps we have to get through. We have to get through the Board of Zoning adjustment, and we have to submit our full engineering plans to the city. So we have a lot of steps we have to do before this project can start. I would say that as soon as we select the builder, we're happy to share with you, but we have not done that.
Okay, will you update us, the Ft.Lincoln Civic Association, about your plans?
If we pick a builder, I'm happy to share.
Okay.
We're not at that stage.
What are you planning to sell these for? What's the AMI for these 42?
He
So-
told us already.
I'm sorry.
So the price of the market rate homes will be between $500,000 and $600,000. We have 5 workforce homes, 3 of which will sell around $225,000, and there's 2 workforce units that sell about $290,000. But the market rate homes will be between $500,000 and $600,000. These will be the biggest homes that we've offered to date in terms of Ft.Lincoln.
You know about how much, we have an estimate on what you think the HOA fees for them will cost?
Yeah, I think the HOA fees for the 42 homes will be somewhere around $135 to $140. I don't want to be held hard and fast, but that's based on my experience, that's what we generally run. You get a little, when you're doing a site like the Villages or doing Dakota Crossing, because of the numbers, you get some economies of scale. Those are running about 110 to 115. This will be a little bit more.
Just in case, for the benefit of everyone who's listening to this webcast and such, if there's a rodent problem when you start clearing the trees and whatnot in habitats, do you have a plan to prevent the rodents or whatever animal life is there to prevent them from going out and destroying our homes?
You've made us aware. I mean, I know of the issue with the cats. You've made us aware of the potential that there are any rats. Before we ever do any clearing there, I'll have, some sort of, I'm going to hire a company. We will hire a company to go evaluate how do we deal with that issue. So, and I will be happy to provide contact information that if any of the neighbors experience any problems while we're doing that, to contact us immediately and we'll get right on it.
Excuse me, there's some deer, and you mentioned the deer?
There is deer, but I
There are
think
deer back there. There's little deer, I think it's 5 years ago. One side is right here, and the other. I'm just wondering, if you didn't know, I just wondered.
Yes, thank you.
No, we're aware.
Yeah, there's out front this morning.
Yeah,
I mean, they're there.
yeah, no, sir. They're deer. What's amazing is like I'll visit the Villages site or I'll come up and walk the site because I try to get out early in the morning when the contractors are here. You go into the different pads, you see footprints on every kind of animal. You get a wide variety out here. I mean, and basically because all the plant life at the end looks at night is all going back towards towards the river. Heavy amount of deer back there.
Back the other way.
Yes, sir.
They go back this way.
They go back this way, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they cross from where we are,
Cross and then go back.
cross from here, they go up through the park, go back on around, back by the baseball field, go back on down, and go back to Common Johnson Barney.
That's right, they go back in that area.
And then they go down, then they go to the river.
That's right.
I understand, so it's not,
Yes,
it's
sir.
over there, it's gone. There's nothing.
deer over on that, they're right there with
There's deer throughout Fort Lincoln. There's no question. Does anyone have any other questions? I know that.
Is
Yes,
there
ma'am.
a possibility that this project be reversed? Have everything been approved?
So the BZA has the Board of Zoning Adjustment has a decision next Tuesday, the 17th. The public record was closed because for testimony. You'll never hear me gauge what a board does, so I can't answer that question. We're certainly hoping that the project's approved.
Yeah, and so, I've heard about, planning and zoning, coming into a community, and I thought, that you can go to those meetings, and when you come into your community, you can ask for stuff, what you want in the community. Contracts and all, they usually give something to the community, so that gets that shit done up to .com.
The developers could give something to the community.
Well, we have done that on the larger project. As I said, there's nothing specifically along those lines with this project, but with the larger villages project, we've had a community benefit package that we've implemented. And everything on in that package was requested by the community.
I didn't understand what the question was.
Well, she's asking about giving back to the community, and what I said is that on this specific project, which is a small number of homes, we're not doing any specific community project, but on the larger housing project, the villages project, we had a substantial community benefit package that we had done a number of things that the community requested. For instance, the community asked for a scoreboard for the baseball fields up there for the Little League. We bought that and having it installed. So there are a number of things like that were vetted through the community and through the council member's office that we were specifically asked to do for the villages project that we're doing, and some of them have already been done.
So if we wanted the new cannon, we would have to go through that process?
We're not entertaining requests on this project.
It's just small in scale. It's very small in scale. It's small in scale.
Jamming yourself in between everybody. So you were saying small, but you're still jamming yourself in there.
Well, let me say this to you. The only thing I can say, and as I said at the beginning of our presentation, we're trying to be sensitive to the neighbors. The fact of the matter is, on this property, you could build upwards of 500 units. So I think to say 42 homes and you're building in 20% of the allowable square footage, to say that anybody would ever say we're jamming anything, that wouldn't be a fair assessment. I would say that what we're proposing is trying to be very sensitive to what the surrounding neighbors, and the scale and size of those buildings and what the size of these, and the only thing I can tell you, these will be beautiful homes. And I think as a community, you'll be proud of them. I really do. I know it's something that we hope that you'll be proud of. So, well, thank you for your time tonight. I hope we've answered every question, and you guys all have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Okay, take care.
Oh, what's that? What happened to the building down at the shopping center? All activities.
They asked much for the elementary school, what's going to happen to that?
We're in negotiations, and as soon as we have another store lined up, then it will start again. Another store, as soon as we have an agreement with another store, we'll start construction again. But I can't tell you when that will be.
Do you have any understanding of what's going to be done to the elementary school now that it's closed?
No, I don't.
How about the future?
Continue.
Show me where you're trying to, what you're trying to do. Oh, okay, okay, great.
Could we get a close-up of this?
You know what? It's all in that BZA application.
Oh, I know.
Do you want me to send it to you, the PDF file?
Well, just to get it like on the record there, and that's good.
So do you want me to send you the PDF of the application?
Sure. Oh, and the blueprints to our Summit Village, if you have those. Because I'm really wanting to figure out this piping and plumbing and electrical system.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you.
Hope that was what
It
you were
was.
looking for.
It was informative, and it accomplished the point of